Hello, welcome back to Master Spence I Am. This is where I review movies, TV shows, and also talk about the Miami Hurricanes, as well as sometimes I will go into professional sports as well with Miami teams. For this video, I'm going to be reviewing a movie I just saw a couple nights ago. I know I'm going to be late to this party, but the movie is called Spotlight. And for those of you who have watched my past videos, um, I'm going to be switching it up here. I've actually come up with a set, not guideline, but it's going to be the same thing for every movie, but just switching it to talk about that specific movie. So the way it's going to go down from now on is first I'm going to give you the name of the movie, obviously. I'm going to go into cast and crew. Then I'm going to go into what I thought was good, what I thought was bad about the movie, and then I'm going to give grades for each of the acts and why, and an overall grade. Um, and if you guys haven't seen any of my movies, why? I mean, any of my videos, wow, wow, why? I do videos on a weekly basis. I try to put 3 a week out on varying topics. So if you guys enjoy what I talk about, please subscribe, like, go to my Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter pretty much every day at Master Spence I am also. But without further ado, let's get right into talking about Spotlight. So right away, it's directed by Tom McCarthy, who this is the first movie I think I've seen of his. He's done some other movies. I'm not 100% sure what they are, but I know this. He's not a first-time director. He also co-wrote the film with Josh Singer, uh, and some of the stars in the movie are Rachel McAdams, Michael Keaton, and Mark Ruffalo, as well as some other stars who you might recognize faces but not names. I won't go into those, but you'll know who I'm talking about if you've seen the movie or when you see the movie. Next, I'm going to go into the good. I really enjoyed the last two acts of this movie, acts 2 and 3, and I still enjoyed Act 1, but Act 2 and 3, I feel I feel Act 1 also helped. It might Act 2 and 3 might not have been as good if it weren't for Act 1, so to speak, and I'll go into that later in my grades. But I feel it really brought this movie. It really gave it a main theme, and it was almost like a feel good movie almost, and I wasn't expecting that. So I really enjoyed Acts 2 and 3. And also there's a before the credits happen, but after the scenes in the movies are done, they put words on the screen, and those words were also some of my favorite parts of this movie, and it really has shock factor involved in it for why I enjoyed it so much. It shocked me, and basically I'll just say this, and I don't think this is really spoiling anything, but in the end of the movie, if you guys don't know, the plot of this movie is based on a true story in Boston back in early 2000s is when this story takes place, but it also goes farther back than that in the beginning, uh, beforehand, to let you get a good idea of what the movie is going to be about, basically. And it, the end of the movie, basically, you realize it's bigger than what you thought it was going to be. I don't want to say how much, but one of the things that I thought was cool is at the end of the movie there was a list of other cities where after this report came out, they found similar circumstances in these cities, and one of the cities that came up was where I went to high school. Well, it was in the same county as where I went to high school in Palm Beach, Florida. And uh, there are, I don't want to spoil anything else, so I'm not going to say anything else about the list. But you're, if you've seen the movie, comment down below. Please use spoiler tags if you're going to comment about it. I would love to talk about it. If you guys were living near any of those locations when near that time, that's really interesting to learn. But I don't want to spend too much time on the good. So the bad, the only thing that I think kind of hurt the movie was that it kind of had a slow burn at the beginning. Kind of took some time to get rolling and really from scene to scene to scene just be impeccable. It wasn't the best at first. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good as the last two acts. So you can kind of think of it as a slow burn. But that's all I could really think of for the bad. So that tells you how much I really enjoyed this movie. So now going into the grades for each act and then an overall grade. Act 1, I gave a B plus because I really enjoyed the character development in the first act. After you catch up to modern day, I feel like it really gives you a good glimpse at what it's like to be on this spotlight team and not just start by going into the story. And it started before just them investigating it, and I think that really helped the second two acts. But there also was some exposition in the beginning that I think really it really added the slow burn to the movie. If maybe they could have done without that exposition, and the exposition is really like the first scene or two. That's really it. But if they didn't have that, I think if they would have just started with the spotlight team and maybe done some flashbacks in the middle of the movie, it would have been better. It could have flowed better. They could have done it in a more cohesive way, possibly. So I give that Act 1 a B plus. Act 2, I give it an A for building up suspense really well in terms of you didn't know where it was going to go, in my opinion, by the end of Act 2. You didn't know what was going to happen in terms of where this, not just where they were heading with it, but who also I don't want to say too much, but I feel like it did a really good job of setting up Act 3. That's all I'll say. And if you guys have seen it, let me know if you guys agree with me or if you guys don't. But I think it did a really good job of setting up Act 3. In Act 3, I give actually an A plus because it shocked me so much. Not with how it resolved, but with what the characters learned from it being resolved and from the article being published and everything. That's what shocked me. I didn't expect them to have the overall character arcs that they all had. I really enjoyed that. It really added a personal touch to the movie, in my opinion, and I think it benefited the movie for that reason. So I give that an A plus, and I averaged all those grades together, and it came up with about 3.56. So that's about an A, because an A plus is 4. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. More videos to come. I'm going to be doing a signing day video for Miami tomorrow, but that'll probably be out sometime Thursday. I am going on vacation next week, so I won't be doing any videos next week, but I will be back the week after. So don't forget to subscribe and keep watching out for my videos because they won't stop except for next week. Thank you guys for watching. Uh, don't forget to like, subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.